Welcome to SGL Spiritual Guiding Light. It is hot in California, but we're going to get these messages out. Despite of what's going on in my life, I've been still for 48 hours, literally in stillness, enjoying my relaxation. You know what I mean. Welcome to SGL Spiritual Guiding Light. We are having a little delay. I'm so happy to be here, despite of me in my stillness. In the way that I vibe when I'm being divinely guided to be still. I enjoy my beer and I do me. But for the most part, this message is for someone where you are being obedient to the order of the divine guidance that you have been receiving. And on the out looking in, you may feel like all odds are against you, or you may be feeling standing still. I want to share still when God is tired of what people may think or feel. Now, this message is not in regards to other people, it's about you, viewer. Your obedience will be rewarded. Okay. I need you to no longer focus on what you know is coming in for you. I need you to redirect your thoughts, okay? The way that you know how to, that suits you, mind, body, and soul. All right. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition. As an intuitive reader, allow this reading to bring clarity, confirmation, and understanding for the viewer. Thank you. All right. All right. What messages do you have for the viewer? All right. We have the Hermit here. Like I said, divinely guided. Okay. No one can do this for you. No one. People can judge looking on the outside in. People can think that you're vindictive when you are in the Hermit energy. All right. You may have Virgo in your chart. You may have Aquarius in your chart. What is ordained for you is being cloaked. Okay. If you have not done so, ask your angels to protect you. Ask Most High to give you direction if you have not done so. Everything around you feels cold. Okay. It's because what's going on with you, no one's going to understand this. This is not this energy that I'm seeing here. It's not the dark night of the soul at all. What I was channeling. And I'm going through this too as well. The fool's journey. All right. You are being called to assist God's people. All right. The just and the unjust. Whether you want to accept that calling or not. All right. You definitely have a story to tell. All right. And when you're in hermit mode, it's not time to tell your story. Okay. Also be mindful of who you tell your story to, because certain people, I'm going to clarify this untold story. Let me say this before I clarify. Certain people, when you tell them your story, they will use that against you. Okay. Especially when you're in hermit mode, Virgo's energy. For some of you would say isolation, but this is by choice here. All right. This is by choice. You tell the wrong person your story, they can manipulate it. And when you're in hermit energy, Virgo's energy, with the slight Aquarius here, okay, it's like they could try to stop you from your purpose. Okay. And what this is saying, don't tell people your untold story. Not at this time. Not at this time. If the Ten of Swords is upright, it will be an ending, an abrupt ending. All right. And this is what the majority of your stories are, viewer. It's about, the backstabbing. It's about, people's thoughts of you to prevent you from moving forward in God's will and God's purpose. What you seek, you will find. And it will definitely restore you. Clarify this Hermit, please. The Emperor in reverse. So someone is definitely having an awakening here. Ten of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. Everything that you desire will show up at the right time. It's when you least expect it. I promise you, God has never failed me. When I wholeheartedly allow God to order my steps, the Most High Divine has shown you moving forward. What other messages? Yeah. Let me go ahead and change the title to Divine Showed You This ahead of time. All right. So I'm being advised to tell you, no worries. All right. Leave the stress behind. All right. Something about cloud nine. All right, we have bright future. There's confirmation of your purpose. Now, I'm pertaining to sensitivity. No worries. Do not allow anything to trigger you. There is an energy that's trying to trigger you to interrupt this bright future, because divine said that this emperor cannot have their hands on you. They cannot stop your purpose, even though they can. The narcissistic energy can impact you if you allow it to. An example of your say you don't like certain ticking noises, right? And the fact that I know you don't like ticking noise, I keep ticking. And that's the only way that I could rob you from your energy. Okay. But in pertaining to me physically doing something to you, that cannot happen. And making myself visibly known that I'm doing something, that cannot happen. Okay. So be mindful of being very sensitive. All right. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. All right. Um, to each your own. But anyway, stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. To each your own. When I'm at a standstill and I know that I'm not going to do anything, but just some people are different. I like to enjoy my beer, my wine, whatever it is. I like to enjoy it. And like I said, to each their own when it comes to your gifts. I'm not telling you to operate in drunkenness. I'm just saying do what you do that works for you when you're at a standstill, when you're being divinely guided. Okay? Because remember, in the beginning of this reading, it's about the just and the unjust. All right? You already know if you're just or unjust. Okay? And I'm not talking to the unjust, but that's just an FYI. If you know that you're unjust, this is more so a warning sign. It's to be guided. It's being guided for someone to tell the truth, because the truth will be exposed. It's God said, "Do not touch my anointing," and someone is just like, "Yeah, okay, all right." Someone is testing God's will, God's power. And I wasn't even going to come on today. And I said, you know what? I'm being very, very selfish. I said, let me get on here. Let me get on here. Let me get live, because all of my readings are live. Now, we do have some pre-recordings on the podcast. God said, do not touch my anointing. But we have the five of swords. You will have victory. Okay. And sometimes when you're dealing with narcissistic energies, sometimes you got to let a person feel like they won. Sometimes you just got to let it go. Sometimes you don't give them any more words. If someone owes you an apology, forgive them and forgive yourself for waiting on that apology, for over giving yourself, for, there's a relief here of letting go of this sword. And you're not the only one. There's someone that could be behind the scenes, or someone that's close to you that don't play about you. All right. Be mindful of someone trying to, again, self-sabotage. All right. And they've already been warned. They've already been given signs. So they're using narcissistic tactics. Okay. And narcissistic tactics works with it attacks the mind. Okay. Oh. I'm being guided to tell you that you have not failed anyone for protecting your energy. You are not a failure. The Five of Swords is someone selfish who has been selfish towards you, and it's being manipulated as if you're the selfish one, and you're not. I'm here to tell you that you are not the selfish one. All right. You are not sabotaging your purpose. This is a gained experience, viewer. Okay. Gained experience that you are receiving, that you are going to need moving forward. What are the messages you have for the viewer? Gained experience. It says make the time for self-love. Okay. Some of you think that's what you're doing, and you're actually not. Okay. And I'm a guilty of association, because when I stand still, the moment that I'm standing still and I'm receiving these downloads and I'm getting these messages, listen, I'm not. I have to take my time, because when it comes with, for me, viewer, when it comes to it dealing with the world, the agenda is hard to explain. Okay. When you stand on God's word and you fear no evil, and it's you against the unjust in the world, not by choice, but by following. It's not by choice. It's following and being obedient to your will of your purpose. Okay. So the advice here, viewer, okay, do not be judgmental if you're unable to, if you don't have the necessities that will help you with self-love. Okay. The first step is forgiving yourself. Make time to forgive yourself. Make time to tell yourself that you love yourself without judgment. Yes, we make mistakes. People make mistakes every day, and some of us don't even know that we're making a mistake. It's just all about who you're aligned with. People come with boundaries and rules and things like that. So if you come into contact with someone that has a totally different belief system than you do, in their eyes, you make mistakes. But in your world, no, you're not making a mistake. But you're being advised to no longer compromise your self-love to fit the stature of someone else's approval, when God already told you what you need to do. Okay? And this is one of the things, self-love. Make that a priority. Thank you for the like. Make self-love a priority. I can't tell you, your self-love and how you perceive self-love could be different from mine. Okay? Some people have short attention spans. They don't have time to meditate. They don't know how to be still. You have people who are easily irritated, and if they don't know how to paint their nails, or if they don't know how to groom themselves, they get upset. So everyone's self-love is different. And the only thing that I'm being advised to tell you pertaining to self-love, and you know what? Self-love is right here. The only thing that I'm being guided to tell you is to continue to forgive yourself, and to continue to make the effort to tell yourself that you love yourself. I get it. When we desire love outside of us, and especially when you make it very clear that the love that you need, the love that you're requesting to be delivered, and it is not, this is the moment where it does feel like you're being selfish, but you are not. You are the one, including someone else, you're letting go of your sword. And you're saying, no, I'm going to be the victor of this. I am no longer going to be the victim, okay, of self-sabotage. And this type of self-sabotage, viewer, this is a manipulation tactic from a narcissist that's making, they're self-sabotaging you, but it feels like you're doing it to yourself. I don't know how to explain it. But anywho, viewer, it says, now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simple. Is not simple a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of apprehension for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body, mind, and soul. That's a learning process. That's going to school all over again. Going to school for your body, going to school for your mind, going to school for your soul. And this is not even concluding, because the people can tell how loving you are. Okay. I ask that Most High that you protect my empaths, that you give them a barrier, a shield, where they are no longer a prospect to become victims and being taken advantage. And I thank you even now. I speak self-love into your life. And then you have hello from heaven. Okay. This is a specific message for someone. It says your loved ones in the spirit realm wants to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you have been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show you how much they love you, to prove they're with you at this time. Give me one more. Soul solitude. There's that Virgo energy. This is something that you can't run from. It's your purpose. Okay. Your soul needs attention. There's moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet. A place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you, so you can receive those downloads. All right. I need you to forgive those who failed you, let you down. Okay. Those who try to make you as if you react as if you're the crazy one, and you are not. You're an intelligent being, a gifted being. Okay. All right. All right. Give me some I am messages for the viewer. I am messages for the viewer. You are not alone. For some of you guys, this Hermit energy, that Virgo energy, it's time for you guys to level up and really take your gifts seriously. Okay, because there's messages trying to come into you. There's messages trying to get to you. For some of you, it's right in your face. I am messages for the viewer. You have attention. Yeah, it's time for you to stop focusing on everything else. It says listen to life. Yeah, going with them, confirming again, Hermit energy, Virgo energy. Let me tell you about the Hermit. Hold on. Which is a major arcana. Okay. For some of you, this has to do with you trusting that God has answered your prayer. All right. It's like some of you are trying to escape, but you can't. You have to face this. All right. Ask for clarity when you're in that contemplation, that deep state of contemplation as well. Okay. This is not a dark night of the soul, but this is an inner journey that's taking place. And it has to take place because what's tied to your purpose, it's not just a benefit for you, it's a benefit for others. All right. So you're being asked to remove the noise or find a way to escape in a divinely guidance ways so that noise of other people won't hinder you. Okay. And that was those narcissistic tactics that I was telling you about. All right. It says, like I said, your spirit guides are definitely trying to, or your loved ones are trying to give you a message. It says, I am attentive to the world around me. Signs and symbols guide me to success. And I listen and discover the way to the eternal. But attention is in reverse. You're seeking the answer, but you're not centered where you can be able to hear the messages that are coming in. Okay. What was that? The messages from heaven, self-love. All right. I'm being guided to tell you that what you desire is not, it should not be the focus. It's attached to your purpose. So stop desiring what it is that you keep asking for. The pinnacles, material things, people. Yeah, the pinnacles is all about health, money, people, everything that you can taste, touch, feel, hear, and see. So the most way that I could say this, it's time to be more grounded than ever before. Because whatever you prayed for, it consists of work. All right. Your soul needs your attention. I'm going to say it again. Your soul needs your attention because it's where you're going. Has a story, untold story. And now that the Ten of Swords is upright, don't allow people to abrupt what God has for you. Okay. All right. Give me an overall I am message, please. Pay attention. Transformation. I said it wasn't a dark night of the soul at all. It's not a dark night of the soul. This is an upgrade. Whatever your purpose is connected to, it transforms other people. And then you have positive action. Some of you are declining your purpose because it's too much hard work. You have divine fruit. Some of you are don't believe, but you want to be taken care of. You want your prayers to be answered, but you don't want to do the work. Solitude is a lot of work to do. A lot of people don't know how to be still. Okay. And this is a choice. You have a choice here. It says, I choose serenity, light, and positive energy no matter what I go through. I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. And when you do that, let it go. Okay. And then pertaining to you, viewer, it says, I allow serenity to reign in me. The love I have for myself invites harmony to settle within my being. I listen to honor and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. That's your confirmation to stop. Do not give up on yourself. Don't look outside of yourself, because then that's where the distraction, that's where the affliction comes into play. That's when you're able to allow the enemy to penetrate, especially those narcissistic energies. Okay. All right. Give me some words of advice, please, for the viewer. Words of advice for the viewer. Success and fear. Yeah. Some of you are declining your purpose because you don't want to do the work. Others of you, you just don't see it. You're just like, how? This situation, this environment, how is it possible? How? It's time to lighten up the load, doing the inner work. And you're being asked to constantly forgive yourself and to continue to tell yourself that you love yourself. Like, remind yourself out of times a day till it becomes, programmed, where it's like, you know what, self, I love you. You doing good, self? You got this? We got this. We're gonna this how. God, I need it's time. God, I need you to send, I need help. It's just how I'm talking. You don't have to write it down. God, I need help now. Send my angels who are assigned to me at this time. I need help. Make a way. And let that go and release that. And keep yourself occupied with self-love, which you were asked to do. Some of you will receive signs once after you release the prayer that needs to be done. Soul solitude is needed. Virgo's energy, hermit. Okay. It's time to protect the mind. Others of you, this self-love is just literally giving yourself the affection that you seek outside of you. Because once you're able to really complete that lesson, I promise you, you are not going to look for that validation anywhere else. You want to really experience attraction? That is your assignment. Your assignment is to love you, love on you, and don't be blinded when you're in the world. Okay? Do not get blinded when you're in the world. Imagination showing up too. Hold on, I accidentally put these cards in here. Goodness gracious. That was confirmation. Your protection. Clarify the success. That's in reverse. Changing the mindset. I dare you to change your mindset. I was guided to do that. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than love. And when I was guided to tell you, you love on you like ever before, and watch the attraction happen. You have changed. Some of you, it's hard to do because you're looking on the outer side. Some of you haven't looked in the mirror. Some of you refuse to look in the mirror. You better look yourself in the eye and say, eyes, I love you. I see you. There are people aligned and assigned to you that love and will love on you. But because of being blinded by the circumstance and situations, some of us are giving up. With adversity, this is hardship. It doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol. It could be a poor mindset, getting out of a poor mindset of saying I'm not deserving, and that needs to change. Forgiveness here. Forgive yourselves for having a poor mindset. It's that simple. I forgive myself for having a poor mindset. Give me more clarity on how to be more loving to myself. Show me how. Forgiveness. I acknowledge the harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Okay. And when it comes to adversity, moving forward, don't allow anyone to make your load heavy. Some things we have to let go. I mean, we could sit here and fight and fight and fight. I tell you right now, no joke, as we speak, I know someone that's holding my money. I've already asked them for it and they ain't gave it to me. And they got everybody thinking like as if I'm not doing anything. I'm like, you know what? I got to find another job. And this person is holding my money and I'm asking you to transfer it into my account. And I'm not going to ask. God told me, let it go. Judgment will be placed on that person. Let it go. Moving forward, let go of the load. It's going to be hard, especially if it's money. You know, you gotta eat, you gotta pay your bills. You get what I'm saying? So y'all pray for me, because it's not like I am going through some things. When you know something that belongs, and like I said, let it go. Let it go. Let this person splurge on your dime. Let it go. You've already asked. Don't ask again. Don't ask again. And I said, God, it was the most humbling, vulnerable, when I tell you, embarrassing. And I said, that's what changed. That has to change. I have to forgive me. I forgive them. And I said, I thank you, God, for blessing them with the money that was due to me. And they chose not to give it to me. They want to control it. I let it go. So I need you guys to let go what it is that you're fearing of letting go. So this, you will be successful at letting go. Okay. But understand, when we are set in certain ways of a poor mindset or hardship, living in hardship, and it's kind of like, well, how do I get out of this situation? The change is coming. It says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Okay. And I know that some of you are like, yeah, I have to stand still. I have to stand still. Because I've had those situations where I've had to stand still. You get what I'm saying? Just one moment. Hello? Let me see. So adversity is not always drugs and alcohol. It's hardship, scarcity mindset, poor mindset, a situation that you're just in and you can't change the situation, but you can. This is the fear that you have to change, and you will be successful at doing it. Just one moment. One moment. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lucky out. Forgiveness. The assignment is working on forgiveness. Okay. I had got a phone call. I want you to continue to forgive yourself, practice on loving you, remind yourself, reassure yourself. Okay. I need you to no longer abandon you. Now I'm doing this is my assignment too, because I've been abandoning myself. I have to keep telling myself, you know what, I love you, right? Let me show you how I love you. And do something kind. Ouch, Lucky. Do something kind for yourself. It's going to start lightening up the load, and we together will be successful. All right. Let me go ahead and I'm going to conclude this. I love you. Let me give you a angel guide message. You had a lot of messages already. Honesty and communication. As you lighten your load, I need you to be honest. And the more you're honest with yourself, the more the forgiving feels more healing to the root of things, of the root of what keeps being, it hasn't been pulled out. The root hasn't been pulled out, so it keeps growing. Pertaining to honesty and communication. It says if you feel a person or a situation is making you lose a sense of yourself, viewer, are drawing you away from joy, it's time to speak up and to make sure that you are heard. You are being guided to begin by loving, connecting with your own heart to home in and honor that you want for yourself and your life. I love you. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. Till we meet again.